Welcome back to Backspace Academy. So what is Elastic Beanstalk? Well, first of all, it was released in 2011, so it's been around a while. It's one of the more mature services of AWS, and it's gone through a number of changes, and it's a very good service and very stable and been around for quite some time, so something to consider. It has in the past been the main deployment service for AWS, and now is starting to be a bit overtaken by ECS and OpsWorks and the like. So it deploys and manages applications without you having to worry about the infrastructure. So excellent for developers and SysOps administrators who want to deploy an application without having to worry too much about designing that infrastructure. It will look after capacity provisioning, it'll look after load balancing, scaling, health monitoring, and all those things that you would normally design yourself and look after yourself. New versions of your code, whatever it be, can be uploaded through the console. It can be pulled in through a Git repository, or you can actually upload it through an IDE such as Visual Studio or Eclipse, and then the environment can be redeployed. So these applications, they can be Docker containers. So this is another thing to consider if you're using ECS and you want something a little bit more wider in your infrastructure. You want to start utilizing RDS instances and this sort of thing in your deployment. Then you might want to consider using Docker containers with Elastic Beanstalk. So it's another option. The applications, they can be in a number of different languages. We've got Node.js, Java, .NET, PHP, Ruby, Python, and Go. And the applications can be deployed on many servers such as Apache, Nginx, Passenger, and IIS. Okay, so I'm just in the Elastic Beanstalk console now. So when you don't have any Elastic Beanstalk applications, you'll have this welcome screen. So you can actually just do a one-click deploy of the sample applications. So we can do that from here. I'm not going to do that. Just going to go through the long way around. So just click up the top here, create new application. Just give that application a name. So I'm just going to create a web server environment so we can go to a URL and just see it working. And we're going to do that on Node.js. We'll use load balancing and auto scaling maybe. Or actually I won't do that, I'll make it just a single instance, make it a little bit quicker for us. Okay, so the application that we're going to deploy across this infrastructure that we're deploying is the sample application from AWS. And you need to check availability, so I just check availability that name is unique, and which it is. So the environment name needs to be unique. I'm not going to create an RDS instance or creating inside of VPC. I'm just going to do this quite quickly with not too much complexity. Okay, so I won't worry about selecting a key pair. But if you want to log into your instances, you'll need to define a key pair there. So just click on Next. Now, if you're going to be using any of these deployment services, it's always a good idea to put a key and a value so that you a tag there. So you might use it as being deployment name or something as a key and a value for that, so that you can find all of those resources later on and categorize all those resources so you can not get billed for services that you're not actually using. So just click on Next. So we'll just leave that instance profile and service role the same. Okay, so it's just gone through and compiled all that for us, and we can see there it's deploying the sample application onto a T1 micro instance, and we'll launch that. So this takes quite a bit of time, but you can see here it's going through, launching our environment, and it'll start to put little information here. So the create environment starting, the Amazon S3 bucket has been created. Okay, so just fast forwarding there, and we can see that it's all successfully launched the environment for us. Health is okay. It's running that sample application. And up the top here is a URL that we can have a look at that will be serving that application for us. So just click on that. And there you can see, so there's that Node.js application, and we've deployed the infrastructure to enable that application to run, and we've done that through Elastic Beanstalk. So another one of those options, and there's a number of options for deployment, and Elastic Beanstalk is quite a good one.